All right, the people have been asking for a tattoo tour, so I'm gonna give it to you. I'm just gonna start off with the order, I guess, of which I got them. So first off, fun little story. I was dating a guy who did tattoos once, and I went through his supplies and decided to take a razor blade and give myself my own tattoo using his ink. So I stupidly carved initials into my arm, and not only did I do that and rub ink in it, I carved the wrong initials because I was drunk. So this guy decided to do a Celtic cross covering it. He only did the outline, and then we broke up, and then he took all the tattoo supplies I gave him for payment and stole them. So then I went to one of our mutual friends, and homeboy finished it for me. You can still see I gotta get it filled in again. So that's the fun story on that one. Next up, we have the lettering. Here, this is an Irish blessing that used to be at my grandma's house everywhere. I still have, I'll show you, hold on. I couldn't get it off the wall, so you gotta go see it for yourself. So she used to have signs like this everywhere in her house that has that Irish blessing on it, so I got it for her. So a little background on this tattoo is I got it through one of me and my ex's mutual friends. He also did tattoo work. He was just homeboy out of his house doing tattoos, but I've seen his tattoos. I knew he was okay at it. So I told him what I want, and he said he's going to draw it up. We set up an appointment, and then that day, the upstairs neighbor, their like washer flooded or something, so my whole ceiling fell in on my tortoise, like not on him, but like it fell in his cage and around him, and water was in our apartment, and a photo album of mine got ruined and some other shit, and I was not having a good day. And then this guy tells me he can't do the tattoo, and I was like, oh my god, really, like I'm having the worst fucking day ever. I persuade him to do the tattoo. I just shouldn't have done it. So while he's driving back home, because he's late, I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he was going to be home late. He draws up the tattoo. He has me look at it. And I told him during this tattoo, I didn't like the spacing here. He said, oh yeah, well, when I finish it, it won't be like that. It won't be like that. Bro, what the fuck happened? Like, I should have known better. But, like, again, this was, like, only my second tattoo, and I thought I spoke up, and I thought I had said enough, so I will always hate the spacing here. The spacing's great. Spacing's trash. So then he just did the outline, didn't finish it, so I just had these scraggly fucking, it didn't look like this, words on here, and, yeah. So then I had moved states. I had lived with this shit for a few years, and I was like, oh, I really want to get the wording fucking finished because it does not look good. So I was trying to hunt down this tattoo artist that my dad used to be his boss back in the day. My dad has always talked him up. He had me meet him a few times when we were visiting the area, and yeah, so I was like trying to hunt down this guy because I'm like, my dad would be so proud if I fucking got a tattoo from this guy. So I go to this guy's shop. He doesn't work there anymore, but I can see his art like everywhere. I know his art style. He has a specific art style, but anyways, so I just get tattooed at this place anyways. So the guy finished my words, and he also added this Trinity knot. So I go on my life like that, and then I get this friend, and she, like, one day, she was very spontaneous. I loved hanging out with her. We're not friends anymore, but she was fun. Like, that's where I got my eyebrow piercing. Like, one day we're like, let's go get our fucking eyebrow pierced. We're like, fuck yeah, let's go, let's do it. So one day we're like, let's get tattoos, and we're like, fuck yeah. And I'm like, oh, I know where my tattoo guy, where he moved, his new shop. Like, I'm chasing this guy around. I call him up. They can take walk-ins. We're like, fuck yeah. So I got this ivy because my gram had a brick house and she had ivy all up her house. It's so beautiful. I'll have to insert pictures at the end because I want to finish up the story. Otherwise, I'll be here all day. But so I got this ivy for my gram because she had like ivy dishware, just like ivy is my grandma. So that's for Gram again. Most of my stuff is grandparents related-ish. So next up was the butterfly because I was fucking fiending for a tattoo. And I always wanted this butterfly. It's supposed to be the exact butterfly from my grandmother's bathroom. She had butterfly wallpaper. And this one particular butterfly had always stood out to me because it had blue in the wings. And it was just so pretty. And I did take a picture of her wallpaper. So this guy, traces it, whatever, staring at the fucking picture the whole time. Never adds the blue. The blue is supposed to be in both sides of the wings. He didn't do that. So instead he put blue behind it. So it looks like I got punched in the hand. This was recently touched up. I technically could be like, bro, like, you fucked up. Can you, like, try and fix it? Because, like, get fucked up, you know, but it is what it is. I have a picture of that, which I'll show you guys too. So then I make a mistake. I see an ad on Facebook that says toys for tats, for like a Christmas thing. So I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll buy kids clothes to get a tattoo. Fuck yeah, dude. So I wait at this tattoo shop for like an hour and a half and fucking really cold weather. It had to be like 10 degrees. And there's a huge line of us. We're all fucking freezing. Finally, someone comes early and lets us into like, their building has like an entryway. So we could all sit there. Still cold. There was no heat. There was only heat in the shops and shit, but at least we weren't outside in the freezing weather. We get in there, and everything's so fast. There's so many people, and I get really flustered and have anxiety. So they showed me this book of shit to get, and I was like, oh, I love the rose. But they're like, oh, you gave enough for 2 tattoos. So I just quickly pick this fucking succulent, right? So I can't even tell you how bad. I think they do that for people that are under an apprenticeship to get like good at doing tattoos, because it didn't look like this. It was just an outline and it was really bad. And same with this, it was really bad. So I gotta go back to my regular tattoo artist and be like, homeboy, can you fix the mess? Because I fucked up. So he fixes my rose, and it's like really smushed in there though. Like, this is not a good placement. I just fucked up, right? And then he's like, what's this even supposed to be? And I just didn't want to, I was ashamed, so I didn't tell him it was a succulent. He's like, you can't just have it, you gotta add like leaves on it, otherwise it just looks like it's plopped on your arm. So he added these fucking leaves. This is my least favorite tattoo. I want to get something that we just get rid of all of this. But of course it's like super dark colors, and I fucked up again. So next up is a dragonfly. This is for my mother because her favorite like animal, whatever, is dragonfly. She's always loved dragonflies. Like if I ever gift her something, it's always like dragonfly related. So this is for her. I just kind of let him draw whatever. I had given him some ideas. Of course, he didn't pick any idea I had given him, and he just drew up his own dragonfly, which it's fine. It's pretty. It goes together. It's whatever. They're tattoos. And then next up, I did my legs in this part of my arm. So this is a phrase my dad had written me when he was in jail. I was going to say prison, but it was jail. It says, love your family, love your friends like family, and let there always be music. I thought it was the coolest thing. So this is in his handwriting. And my tattoo artist told me not to wrap it around my arm, but like I want to see it. If I would have went back, I would have probably got this in like the middle of my back, like here. I just wanted to see it, you know, it's my dad, I just want to see something. And then it like had this big gap, so I'm like, oh, just put a music note there. So there's a music note. So that's that. And lastly, I got Jesus Christ and his mother Mary tattooed on me, because my great uncle, he drew those, and they're amazing, and I have always loved them. So I decided to get them bitches tattooed on me. And that officially wraps up my tattoo tour. That's all I got. I want a lot more. I have ideas. Don't get cheap tattoos and go to a professional and voice what the fuck you want. If someone says this shit's gonna look better, you say, I want to see it on paper first. Yes, let's see the stencil first, bitch. And make sure there's blue where blue goes, you know?